We have revamped Sumai-Surfing. The most frequently asked question is, what will the prices be in 5 or 10 years? So, we decided to include all of that information. Future prices are determined by 3 factors. First, is the price higher or lower than the fair value? The question is whether it is high or low at this point in time. For example, if the price is 10% higher, you would currently be holding a 10% unrealized loss. This is the first important factor. Second, how much does the price of that location and property decrease each year? This is mostly determined by the location. Third, when asked, what will happen to the condominium market in the future? We are predicting a roughly 20% increase over the next 4 years. So, if the price increases by 20% in 4 years, and if it decreases by 2% annually, that's a 10% drop after 5 years. Then, if you ask, what will the price be in 5 years? Since the market has risen by 20% and fallen by 10%, the price should be about 10% higher than it is now. If you bought it at a fair price, you would have an unrealized gain of 10%. When you calculate these 3 factors, buying at the market price gives you 0%. If the price falls by 1% annually, that's a 5% drop over 5 years. If prices rise by 10% in 5 years, adding that together leads to this result. So, we decided to calculate this for each property. If the property is 60 million yen, what will the price be in 5 years or 10 years under the standard scenario? During that time, the loan balance decreases. In the best case, the price would be several percent higher. In the worst case, the price would be a few percent lower, but if the decrease in the loan balance is greater than the price drop in the worst case, then that portion becomes unrealized profit. So, it leads to the conclusion that it would be better to buy it. So, when you calculate the net unrealized profit, it looks like this. In 5 years or 10 years, best and worst cases. I'm not really a fan of splitting things into so many cases. Even when I make predictions, I try to stick to just one answer. Why? Because the customer can use the results to their advantage. It's actually harder to stick to just one answer. But, even though I usually only give one answer, when I mentioned during a personal consultation that I was planning to make something like this, I was told, I want to know the worst case scenario. If there's no unrealized loss even in the worst case, I can make the decision to buy. I see, I thought, so I decided to include the worst case scenario. If you still get unrealized profit under this condition, then it's worth buying. So, I hope this can help you make that kind of decision. Honestly, I'm happy if this reduces the number of individual consultations I get, because I'm always asked the same things. I'd really like people to resolve their issues with this. Also, Sumai-Surfing is a company that has generated unrealized profits for many people. If more people see this and use it to make decisions, I believe everyone's unrealized profits will increase. And if you tell those around you, that will add even more value. So, I encourage you to use this tool for yourself first. And if you spread the word, I think it will make everyone happier.